Oradan kes, buradan kes. Bize bir şey kalmadı.
Bizde makas aralığı çok. Her işlemde çok kesinti oluyor.
Yok mu bunun bir çaresi?
Var. DCMYatırım.com.tr. Gereksiz kesintiler yok. Minimum makas oranlarıyla pariteleri altın, gümüş ve dünya borsalarına kolayca yatırım yapmak var.
Geleceğime yatırım, geleceğime yatırım.
Sadece DiziSmart abonelerine özel mükemmel teklif, sınırsız eğlence. DiziSmart abonelerini binlerce içeriğin yanında sınırsız internet fırsatı da bekliyor. 24 megabite kadar hızlı, AKN'siz, kotasız, doya doya internet DiziSmart Net'le ayda 675 lira. Detaylı bilgi için net yazıp 2850'ye gönderin, sizi arayalım.
DiziSmart.
Servis geldi. Çantam hazır mı?
Herkese yetişiyorsun. Ama ya kendine? Kredi kartlarını hesap kurduyla karşılaştır, 50.000 TL'ye varan faizsiz nakit fırsatını yakala. Kıyasla, yakala. Hesap kurdu, karar anında yanında.
Hesap kurdu.
Vessels.
The paparazzi love this actress and singer when she hits the red carpet. Luckily, she doesn't have to work too hard at being fabulous. She was born this way. That's right, we're talking about the one and only Lady Gaga. Ever since she broke onto the scene, Gaga's been shocking us with her looks. Whether she's posing in a blue wig with insane shoes at the 2011 CFDA Awards, or arriving at the 2013 AMAs in a flowing purple Versace dress on a fake horse. Although she's known for her outrageous fashion statements, the mother monster also knows how to keep it a bit classier at times. Check her out at the 2014 Academy Awards, where she's stunned in a metallic, curve-hugging column gown with Art Deco-style embellishments. Giving an extra chic spin to the look, she pulled her hair into a classic updo and draped a dramatic lavender sash around her neck. The following year, the singer was back at the Oscars and turned heads in custom Alaya. It's a pretty demure look at first sight, but in true Gaga style, she topped off the look with a pair of red leather gloves, matching hair accessory, and a crimson pout. Stepping out at the 2015 Emmy Awards, the singer looked like a true lady as she opted for a classic floor-length dress with asymmetric neckline. Keeping her hair and makeup simple, she finished off the look with a pair of Lorraine Schwartz earrings. The multi-talented star went all out again for the annual Met Gala, though. Walking the New York Museum's famous steps, she channeled an Eastern vibe in a big sheer Balenciaga robe and was accompanied by designer Alexander Wang. The following year, she opted for a less grand look, but equally stunning, rocking up in an edgy Versace bodysuit, fishnet stockings, and sky-high platform boots. Sticking to the theme of the night, fashion in an age of technology, her silver jacket resembled computer circuit boards. At the 2016 Golden Globes, the blonde beauty looked every bit the movie star as she glided down the red carpet in black velvet Versace. Channeling her inner Marilyn Monroe with a retro bob and smoky eye, Gaga glowed with her then-fiancé Taylor Kinney by her side. As always, the singer-slash-actress impressed at that year's Oscars as well. Opting for another old-school Hollywood look, she sported a flowing strapless jumpsuit from her stylist-turned-designer pal, Brandon Maxwell, topped with a reported $8 million in Lorraine Schwartz jewelry. Hitting the Vanity Fair party afterwards, she switched things up just a little, posing in front of the photographers in a similar outfit, but this time the ensemble featured a halter-neck bodice. As an award-winning musician, Gaga rarely misses the Grammys, and in 2016 she paid tribute to the late David Bowie. Going full-on Ziggy Stardust on the red carpet, she wore a bold blue embroidered gown from Marc Jacobs and paired it with red platform boots, heavy blue eye makeup, and a bright orange hairstyle. For the American Music Awards, she paired it back, though, with the Joanne hitmaker turning up in a chic white pantsuit and a dramatic wide-brimmed hat. And near the end of 2016, she kept the classic theme going. Jetting off to London for the Fashion Awards, she chose a very timeless look, once again from Brandon Maxwell. Premiering her documentary, Gaga 5'2", at the 2017 Toronto Film Festival, the singer kept things simple for the press conference, but she was back in action at the screening, greeting her fans in an extravagant La Nada studio ensemble. And still in 2018, Gaga loves to mix up her looks. Attending the annual Grammy Awards in a custom Armani Privé hybrid design, she showed some leg in a sheer lace bodysuit, peeping out from under her dramatic black ball skirt. Pulling her hair back in French braids and opting for a dramatic smoky eye, the songbird also showed her support for the Time's Up movement by pinning a white rose to her chest. No, Lady Gaga doesn't let the fame go to her head and always brings her fashion A-game on the red carpet.
Acclaimed Spanish actress Penelope Cruz spent much of her youth studying to be a ballet dancer until she fell in love with cinema and decided to become an actress after seeing a film by director Pedro Almodovar, who she would later work with numerous times.
The love that I feel for playing characters is that every time you feel like it's the first time. Every time you feel like, I have no idea, this is the first time I play this character, so that is real, so you don't know.
Cruz was soon a star in her homeland. Then, despite the fact that she was still learning English, she broke out internationally in 2001 thanks to two big Hollywood movies, Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise and Blow opposite Johnny Depp.
When I worked with Johnny the first time, I didn't really understand a lot of what was going on the set, and I didn't like that feeling, and I don't like missing things.
2008 brought Penelope to a whole new level of fame, however, when she earned an Academy Award for her performance in Woody Allen's Vicky Cristina Barcelona as the very passionate Maria Elena.
She's crazy, and crazy is a very general word, but she's somebody that suffers a lot and lives in a very dark space and feels very trapped in herself, and she's trying to find ways to deal with that, but at the same time she feeds that pain because she thinks that has to do with her being so talented and so special.
Cruz loves seeking out new challenges in her work, like, for example, singing for the first time on screen in the star-studded musical 9. A frightening prospect, but one the actress relished.
It's normal to be nervous with something like that because it was new for most of us, but I would love to do it again. I would sign right now. I would love to do another musical.
2 years later, she re-teamed with Nine director Rob Marshall and her old pal Johnny Depp for another new challenge, the action-adventure Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
You asked about the biggest challenge for me. The movie, I think, was maybe some of the learning how to use the sword, some of the action scenes, but really the biggest, if I can be honest, was to keep a straight face in some of the dramatic scenes in front of Johnny. That's really difficult.
2016's fashion satire Zoolander 2 required her not only to try her hand at comedy, but also to strut her stuff on an actual runway during the movie's premiere.
I got off the plane, I ran here, I got dressed, and then I was here doing the catwalk with Derek and Hansel and Mugatu. So I felt like I was hallucinating.
The following year, she joined Johnny Depp for the third time in the period mystery Murder on the Orient Express, though as ever, their characters don't really get along.
It's true, in the movies that we have done, and I hope we do many more, we're always fighting. Yeah, always huge conflicts, it's true.
And 2018 found the sexy star rocking the red carpet at the Cannes Film Festival to promote her movie Everybody Knows. Penelope Cruz has taken the world of cinema by storm, but the most important thing she's learned over the years is never to take her work home with her.
Yeah, I used to do that in my 20s and think that I was gonna have a better result by doing that. But the more that I work, the more that I feel I have to separate both things, fiction and reality, and jump 100% into that fiction when I'm working, go 100%. But come out of it when the shot, whatever, how many takes we have to do, 10, 20, 5, whatever it is, come out, take some time in reality, and then go back deep into that. I think otherwise a character like this, I couldn't have been able to do it.
Yıldız Tozu başlıyor.
Zafer'le en iyi yardımcı erkek oyuncu Oscar'ını kazandıktan sonra İlk günle de en iyi erkek oyuncu Oscar'ına uzanmayı başaran Denzel Washington, beyaz perdenin görüp görebileceği en iyi oyunculardan. 2 Oscar'ının yanı sıra 6 oyunculuk adaylığı daha olan aktör, Steve Biko'dan Malcolm X'e, oradan Rubin Carter'a kadar uzanan gerçek karakterleri canlandırma ustalığıyla da eline su dökülmez bir isim. Oyunculuğun yanı sıra yönetmenliğe de el atan Washington, özellikle 2016 tarihli sahne uyarlaması Çitler'le bu alanda da ses getirmeyi başardı. Çitler'le kazandığı bir Tony ödülü de var. Aynı rolle Oscar'a da aday gösterilmişti. Kariyerini onun kadar çeşitlendirebilen oyuncu sayısının 2 elin parmaklarını geçmeyeceğini söyleyebiliriz. Her karaktere özel bir damga vurmayı başaran aktör, dramdaki ustalığını aksiyona da taşırken, giderek derinleşen karakterleriyle akıllara kazınmış durumda. Belki de karakterlerin değil de Denzel Washington'ın derinliğidir o. Ve muhtemelen de öyledir.
Yıldız Tozu başlıyor.
Daha çok Quentin Tarantino'nun Soysuzlar Çetesi filmiyle ve Fatih Akın'ın Paramparçasıyla bilinen Alman oyuncu Diane Kruger, baleyle başlayıp modellikle devam eden kariyerini sinemayla taçlandıran güzeller güzeli bir isim. Paramparçadaki performansıyla Cannes Film Festivali'nde en iyi kadın oyuncu ödülüne ulaşan oyuncu, 2001-2006 yılları arasında Fransız aktör Guillaume Canet ile evliydi. 2013'te Amerikan vatandaşı olan Diane Kruger, 2016'dan bu yana birlikte olduğu aktör Norman Reedus'tan bir kız çocuğu sahibi. Truva, Kimliksiz ve Göçebe gibi gişe filmlerindeki çarpıcı performanslarıyla da öne çıkan oyuncu, yetenekle güzelliği aynı potada eriten doğasıyla hayranlık uyandıran bir yıldız.
Her sabah aynı rutin. Ama farkında mısın? Her tabakta kalan bir tarlanın emeği. Farkında mısın? Uyurken bile tüketiyoruz. Elektriği, geleceği. İsraf sadece çöpte bitmez. Sağlıkta da başlar.
İhtiyacınız olmayanları almayın lütfen.
Farkında mısın? Bir sayfa, bir ağaç. Bir ağaç, bir orman. Farkında mısın? Farkında olmadan geleceği tüketiyoruz. Farkındalık küçük bir adımla başlar. İsrafa karşı ilk adım farkında olmak.